What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ariel. Welcome back to the YouTube page. I have successfully failed at making 100 videos in 100 days straight, right? But it's all good. The show still continues and we must continue to put the work in. We got to get the uploads going. So there's no better time to start than when you failed, right? There's no better time to start than when you're at the bottom. Because when you're at the bottom, when you just failed, that means the only place you can go is up, right? So remember, if you find yourself down at the bottom, if you can look up, you can get up. Shout outs to E.T. the hip hop preacher for that. So today I want to talk to you guys, right, about dating made simple, right? Dating made simple. And I'm bringing you this topic of conversation today because I've been on Clubhouse a lot and I've been in a lot of different rooms in marriage, dating, relationships, traditional men, modern women, modern men, modern women, traditional women, standards, expectation, preferences. All of these things have been a topic of discussion, and I just felt like I need to do a video on dating made simple. Now, I'm not the dating coach. I'm not the relationship guru. I'm not the femininity coach. I'm not the masculine coach. I'm not in the red pill community. I'm not in the feminist community. I'm in none of those communities, right? I'm in the business of helping people. I am in the business, again, of helping people. I am a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, life coach, right? And my thing is bringing people information to help change their situations. Why? Because the more you get an education, right, it leads to your elevation, right? The more you get an education, it leads to your separation. So everybody's on an even playing field at birth. But as you get more education, as you rise in your information, as you get more understanding, as you get more knowledge and experience, you start to separate, you start to make yourself different in the world. So I believe education is a huge part of that. So we got to get the information, because once we get the information, it can change our situation. And once we get the education, it helps us get to that elevation, right? And I want to see everybody grow. I want to see everybody do better. I want to see everybody change to make their lives the best, right? I want your life to be the best for you because I'm trying to make my life the best for me. And we got to talk about dating made simple because I believe there's just too much information in the world right now. Too much information. And I know what you're saying is like, how can it be too much information, right? And there's too much information because people are over-analyzing and over-intellectualizing the simple things, right? Sometimes in life, these things are super simple. They're super easy. It's not complex. It is not far off, right? It is not deep. Some things are really surface level, right? And mind you, I like to get deep with it. I like to get intellectual. I like to study the mysteries. I like to look at the symbolism. I like to look at the meaning behind things. I'm with you 100%. But I also understand the KISS method, right? The KISS method. What is the KISS method? Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. That's the KISS method, right? Because we got to break these things down and make them bite-sized and make them simple so that people will do them. If it's complex, no one's going to do it. If it's way too hard, no one's going to do it. So we got to keep it simple, right? Triple S to success. Short, simple steps. SSS. Short, simple steps, right? So I want to help people have a better dating experience so that it can actually lead to something more fulfilling in their dating lives. Because all of the drama I see on Clubhouse, the gender wars, and men battling women, men degrading women, women degrading men. It's like everybody's on the far left or everybody's on the far right. And it's like there's a healthy middle ground that a lot of people are missing. A healthy middle ground, a balance, right? A balance, a healthy middle ground, a sweet spot, as some would like to say. And I feel like people are missing the sweet spot. They're missing the point. They're not getting it. They're not understanding that, yo, you don't have to be extreme traditional. You don't have to be extreme modern. You can be in the middle and find that sweet spot. You can be more towards tradition or you can be more towards modern. But to be on the opposite end of the spectrum at an extreme, I don't believe it's healthy. And I don't believe it is helping people, right? It's not healthy, one. And two, it's not helping nobody. We gotta make sure we're helping people. We gotta make sure we're being problem solvers. We gotta make sure we're being productive. And we gotta make sure that we are actually giving people the information that can actually change their situations. Because it's a lot of bad information. And when you get bad information, you make bad decisions, you make bad choices, and you end up in bad situations. You end up in situationships. You end up over-complicating the matter. You end up overthinking. And when you start to overthink, you start to paralyze yourself. And once you paralyze yourself, you become stagnant and you don't want to move to the left. You don't want to move to the right. You want to just stay still because you don't know what to do. You're confused. You're stagnant because you got too much information. So this is dating made simple. I'm gonna bring you guys a couple of rules or guidelines, instructions you can use to help you have a better dating experience, right? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been married for 4 years. I have a wife and 3 beautiful daughters. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to Sinai, Eliana, and Araya. Those are my kids. Shout out to Rakia, that's my wife. Follow my wife on Facebook and Instagram. For all of the ladies out there, she makes prom dresses, wedding gowns, ballroom gowns, evening wear, vacation wear. She's fire with the dresses, right? So if you need a birthday dress, special event dress, hit up Kia Official on Instagram and Facebook. Now, with that being said, dating made simple. Some guidelines, some rules, some things to think about to help you have a better dating experience in 2022 and beyond. And here's why I believe I can help you have a better dating experience, right? Because I'm going to give you information to implement, right? I'm not just going to give you information you can't use. I'm going to give you information you can use. I'm going to give you information that's going to be beneficial to your situation. I'm going to give you information you can apply in your life today. You don't have to wait 10 years. You don't have to wait 5 years. You don't have to wait 5 days. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. You can start implementing this information today, right? So when it comes to dating, number one, know what you want. Number one, know what you want. Know what you want in the man. Know what you want in the woman before you go out looking, before you go out seeking. What do they look like? What is their body weight, their body shape? What type of job do they have? What type of money do you want them to make? How is their character, right? How is their intellect? How is their body, right? And I believe it should go intellect first and foremost, because it don't matter how nice his body is or how nice her body is, how her face look, how his face look. At the end of the day, the mind is what's going to raise the children. The mind is what's going to raise the next generation. The mind is what you have to live with 24/7. You have to be able to hold the conversation with this person, right? You don't want to be arguing with this person all the time. You don't want to be disagreeing with this person all the time. You don't want to be frustrated with this person all the time because of the things that they say out of their mouth. And if it comes out of your mouth, it starts in your mind, right? It starts with your experience. So number one, know what you want in a person before you just start going on these dating apps, before you start going on these clubhouses, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Make sure that you know what you want, right? Do they got to be tall? Do they have to make a certain amount of money? Do they have good character? Are they intelligent, right? Do you want a degree? Do you want somebody in a certain field? Like, do you want a construction worker? Do you want a doctor? Do you want a lawyer? Or you don't care about their profession. You just care about, how much money they bring to the table, right? Know what you want. Why? Because when you know what you want, then you'll have leverage, right? You'll have leverage. You'll have negotiating power, as what they would say, when you know what you want. Because at the end of the day, you have to select the person, right? You have to select the person. And I'm going to do a video on this too. Who are the buyers and sellers and why? Because I hear a lot of men talk about only men are buyers, but that's not true. But I'm gonna break that down in another video, right? Know what you want in a person, because that's going to give you leverage. That's going to help you make a better decision. That's going to put you in a place of leverage and wisdom, right? Knowledge. You already know when people come to your direction, they come to your inbox, I don't want you, right? So since you don't want them, They're not going to waste your time. That's leverage. You're leveraging your time. Like, you don't meet my criteria, so we don't have to move any further, right? You don't have to waste 4 months, 6 months dating somebody when you can already know what you want. They don't meet the standards. They don't meet the criteria. And if you have to, put it on paper. Put it on paper. Make a to-do list, right? Make it not a to-do list, but a criteria-based list. What do you want? Do they have to be dark-skinned? Do they have to be light-skinned? Or you don't care? Do they have to make a certain amount of money, or you don't care? Do they have to be taller than you, or you don't care? Can they be shorter than you? You don't care. Do they have to have a certain amount of weight? Do they have to work out? Do they have to be Christian? Do they have to be atheist? Like, what do you want? What do you want in a man, or what do you want in a woman? That's number one. What do you want, right? Number two, I just touched on it. Make a list. Make a list. Make a criteria list of wants, needs, negotiables, non-negotiables, right? Because when you get with somebody, like, what are your non-negotiables, right? Is it non-negotiable, like, for the first 30 days? It's just a dating period and there's no sex involved? Like, is that what you want? Put that in there, because that's going to help you have confidence to say no when the temptation arises. Because if you don't have that list, you're not going to be as confident as you were with the list, right? Because you're already going to know when things get heated, or when you get passionate and you feel like you're about to get intimate, you're like, nah, we can't do this. This is my non-negotiable. This is something I told you we're not going to do. And stick to your word, because if you can't stick to your word, they're not going to respect you. People respect people who stick to their word. So if you always going back on your word, you always changing up the situation, then you're going to lose respect and you're going to devalue yourself in the process, because you can't even stick to your own standards. You can't even stick to your own rules. So why would he stick to your rules? Why would she stick to your rules when you, yourself, the individual, can't stick to your own rules, right? So we got know what you want, make a list when dating, when getting to know people. Number three, go where your ideal mate is. Go where your ideal mate is. If you want to attract the ideal mate, you got to go where your ideal mate is. Is your ideal mate in the gym? Do you want your man or woman to be fit, right? Then your ideal mate will probably be in the gym. Online, there's a lot of resources online. There's Facebook groups, Christian Mingle, Tinder, the Cuffin app. Shout outs to Ben for the Cuffin app. Whatever it is, however you meet people. Because I was listening to somebody on Clubhouse and she's talking about, I went on Christian Mingle one time and I had a bad experience and I gave up. And mind you, right, this person went and got a 4-year degree. This person went and is about to go get PhD because they already got a master's degree. So they got 6 years in, right? I said 7, but I said 6. They got 6 years in, right? They got 6 years in, and they didn't give up on their education. They didn't stop getting the knowledge, but yet they did Christian Mingle one time and they just gave up and they just quit. And they just like, I'm gonna die alone. I'm gonna get a dog. I'm gonna do all this other stuff. And I'm like, are you serious? You didn't even give it a real shot. You didn't even give it a real attempt. You can't do nothing one time and expect massive results. You can't go on one date and expect to find your husband or your wife. You gotta go on multiple dates. You gotta meet multiple people. You gotta date with intention. You gotta date with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You gotta make sure that you are actually trying and put an effort forth. Because if you don't put the effort forth, why would someone else put the effort forth, right? So you're gonna have to go where your ideal mate is. You don't want to wait around thinking Mr. Right or Mrs. Right is going to just fall in your lap. They're just gonna run up to you in the grocery store, right? If that does happen, congratulations, all praise to the Most High, right? But that's usually not how it works. And you gotta realize where your ideal mate is not at, because a lot of y'all trying to find love in the bar, y'all trying to find love in the club, and it's not working out for you. So if your ideal mate is not in the bar, not in the club, stay out of the bar and stay out of the club. It's just simple, right? Keep it simple, stupid. We just keeping it simple. That's all we doing. We just trying to make it real easy, real understandable, so that you can implement the information. So I gave you 3 things to do to start the dating process. This is just to start the dating process, and it has nothing to do with anybody else, right? The 3 things I mentioned has everything to do with you. Everything to do with you as the individual. Everything to do with you as the person, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to make a decision. Your life, your rules, your circumstances is on your shoulders. It's on your shoulders, y'all. So you got to make sure that you are doing everything you need to do for you before you can do everything you need to do for somebody else. You know, they say self-love is the best love. Oh yeah, if you liking the information so far, if you like this video, hit the comment button down below. No, I said hit the comment button. Hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think so far. Let me know if you want more videos on dating. Let me know if you want more information on marriage, right? Let me know if you just want more information on relationships, counseling, all that good stuff. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you like. Let me know where you at with your dating experience. Let me know where you at in your dating life in the comments, and I'll read the comments in my next dating video if this video gets some comments, right? So make sure y'all leave a comment. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Oh yeah, and hit that subscribe button, man. Support the channel. Let's grow together. Hit that subscribe button and let me know what kind of videos you like in the future. I could be putting together videos for you. You just gotta leave a comment or direct message me, right? So I'm gonna do a rundown real quick of the 3 things you can do to start dating. 3 things you can do to start dating is 1, figure out what you want. When you figure out what you want, 2, make a list. Write down your criteria, your standards, your negotiables, your non-negotiables, your wants, your needs, your standards, right? Write that down. And then number 3, now that you've had this list, start figuring out where are the men and where are the women with your standards, with your criteria, with your expectations, with your wants and needs and non-negotiables. Where do they hang out? Do they hang out at the gym? Do they hang out at the library? Do they hang out at the bar? Do they go to the club? Are they in a grocery store, right? Are they on a dating app? Are they in a Facebook group? Are they on social media, right? Are they in a clubhouse room? And then you can start actually having conversations and start putting yourself in ideal situations to find your ideal mate, right? But it's gonna require you to do the work first. It's gonna require you to do the work first. Hey, some people, you might meet your ideal mate in college and you might just not know how to have a conversation about that, right? So we'll talk about that in another video as well. The ideal mate might be at your job. You never know. But one thing you have to be willing to do is you have to be willing to go on dates. You have to be willing to be open and honest and vulnerable so that you can really get to the nitty-gritty of the truth. So hold yourself in high esteem, hold yourself with high standards, and always shoot to be the best that you can be, because can't nobody do it for you but you. My name is Ariel. Thank you for watching the video. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate all of the likes, comments, and shares. Make sure y'all share this on Instagram, Facebook. Send it to 3 family members and friends. Send it to your best friend, right? Send it to whoever you think needs dating advice on how to be the best that they can be. Like I said, I've been married for 4 years. I've been with my wife for 10 years. And I've been reading up on a lot of this information, right? Because I want to be able to help advise and put people in the best positions to make the best decisions for their life. Other than that, we out.